we're not going to be able to be spiritual babies anymore. You can't be walking around with spiritual power and be a baby, not only spiritually, but in your personality. You can't be a baby in your personality. You have to be an adult in your personality. Let me give you a testimony. I went to the, I don't know why I went to the synagogue last night. I never go back at night. Yesterday was Yom Kippur. And I know why I went back, because I thought, I should have known better, but I thought the rabbi was going to be preaching on the book of Jonah, but I misunderstood him. And I knew in my heart it wasn't true, but I went back anyway. And it was raining, and there were very, very few people there. There were just this handful of women. And overall, I'm sure they're no different than, we're all sinners, brethren, but they're just their behavior is just very ungodly. Just very, and there's this one woman that she just doesn't want anything to do with me. I don't know why. And then another woman came over to talk. I walked in and they were right there in front of me. So I stopped. That's what you do. I'm going there for 8 years. You stop to chat with people, okay? She had her shoulder to me. She wouldn't turn around and face me. And then another woman walked over who, she's very strange. She had something to say to the first woman. And I'm just standing there, and the two of them are completely ignoring me. Completely ignoring me. And I tried to say something, and they just went right past me. And then there were two other women from their little clique. And I saw all the way down in the front was an outcast, a woman that goes to the synagogue who is an outcast. Won't give her name. Nobody likes her. She has this terrible reputation of being a troublemaker and a big mouth. And the truth of the matter is that a year ago, I had what could have been an incident with her, but I refused to let it be an incident. She as I approached, she did something that was wrong. And as I approached her, she looked like she was really ready for the fight. And I just went over and I kissed her hello, and that was the end of it. And I haven't spoken to her since. I stay away from her because she's the troublemaker. Well, she was the only person that was not a part of this little clique. And these two women were completely ignoring me. So I just walked all the way to the front, and I went over to this woman, and I kissed her hello, and said hello, called her by name, and said, hello, how are you? And we had a conversation. And I want to tell you what I saw. I saw a very rejected woman that was absolutely blessed that I was talking to her. And I saw something in her that I really liked. But I know that she's a troublemaker, that she minds other people's business, and she's always telling you what to do and starting fights and telling people off. But last night, I saw a different woman. I saw a rejected woman that Jesus is after. I saw her heart. I saw a rejected woman that is socially unacceptable and doesn't know what's wrong in her life. And she really reached out to me. We needed a book. She went and she got the book for me. When I left, she said, well, I'll see you next week. There's another holiday next week that I'll be going to. She was actually grateful that I talked to her. She doesn't know what's wrong. Now, I want to ask you a question. Who is in more trouble with God? This woman that doesn't know she's doing anything wrong, but when I showed her some kindness, was bending over backwards to be nice to me. Or these other women, one of which has something against me, the other one that has nothing against me, I think she's just a very ignorant woman, really. That's what I think. Who's in more spiritual trouble? I want to tell you, the person that is deliberately ignoring another person that is going to the same house of worship is in more trouble than this woman who doesn't know her left hand from her right. Do you understand what I just said to you? Mm-hmm. Brethren, we are spiritual elders. It is absolutely unacceptable for us to ever be a part of a clique that excludes somebody else like that. Absolutely unacceptable. Okay? We are the elders. The rabbi's wife would never get caught in that. I have no official authority there, but I function like the rabbi's wife. Everybody's equal to me. Brethren, you have to know who you are. See, I know years ago in gospel revivals there was an outcast woman. She did have a spirit of divination. She did. And I prayed for her one day, and everybody was shocked, including the pastor, that I was praying for her. And she rose up in a manifestation, and she pointed a finger at me. And she said something about wait until you lose your daughter. You know? And I broke the curses, and I lost my daughter. And for years, I thought that I failed to break the curses on that woman until the Lord told me, no, you didn't fail to break the curses. She didn't curse you. It was a word of knowledge. She saw what was coming. But all the way back then, I would refuse to pray for you if you asked me. We're the elders in the church. Don't you ever get caught up in anything like that at all. It's not acceptable to God or to me. So, I got off on the track there. The Lord's bringing us very high, brethren, and your personality has to line up with your spiritual ascension, or your personality will be an anchor or a cement shoes on your spiritual ascension. You cannot spiritually ascend and leave your personality behind. You have to be the peacemaker. You have to be the one demonstrating righteousness. You have to be the one demonstrating proper behavior. You have to be the reconciler. If you do something wrong, you have to apologize and make it right. If you want to ascend. You can't be a child in this world anymore. And there are people of all ages that are children. People of all ages that are spiritual children.